All right. Hello, YouTubers and people who are watching on YouTube. This is Feeding Frenzy 91 and Algos Gaming. And
Hello.
we're going, oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, say it again.
Hello.
All right. So we're going to be talking about E3, which is actually today. Usually I say tomorrow, but with all the extra conferences this year, they have it today.
Yeah.
I'm believing this is starting to get flooded. You realize that this year we're going to have 3 days of conferences?
Oh, very exciting. Good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, what did you say?
Good stuff.
Yeah, it definitely will. It definitely will be good, I believe. But I'm wondering whether we'll get too flooded. Like, will every major developer eventually want their own conference?
Well, it'd be good if they did, but it might get a bit crowded.
Yeah, all of a sudden you have to have like the conferences a week before the actual show starts. Yeah. Anyway, let's begin with our list here. First thing we're going to discuss is Sony's conference, and I'm going to just go back and forth about what you want to see, what games you may want to see them bring out, and how you just want the conference to go, I guess. Also have a little note here because Street Fighter V will now be a Sony exclusive for consoles. It's going to come out for PC, but it's going to be Sony only only for PS4 for consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my thoughts on Sony are that Sony really, I don't know what else they need to do. I mean, they're owning the console market. They're not even just the top. They're like completely obliterating the competition.
Yeah, definitely. Xbox suffering. Nintendo's just, yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo's like stagnant right now, and Xbox
Yeah.
is trying to catch up. And I tell you, Sony is like has already lapped them twice. At this
Yeah.
point, Sony is in cruise control. Let's just go with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Xbox need to up their game to try and even get close to Sony. Sony are very far ahead in the console market.
Yeah, and I think that Sony's conference. The thing is that Sony's conference was actually pretty weak last year. Did you
Yeah.
watch it?
Yeah, I did. I love this E3. I watch everything.
Nice. Yeah, that is good. But Sony's conference, I think for like a good 30 minutes, it was just like a lull. It was like, because they were talking about Sony TV and stuff that I don't know if it's just personally me that I didn't care about, but
No, most people didn't seem to care, to be honest. They still don't.
yeah, I think that's supposed to be coming out this year, actually. So they're probably going to do some big stuff on it.
Yeah. Actually, is it already out? I thought it was out.
Is it? I don't know because I don't really keep up with Sony too much, but I thought I heard something about them like coming out this year. Well, if it's already out, then guess just don't know how it's doing. I haven't heard much about it.
It's PlayStation TV. Is that what you're on about? Or
Yeah, I think it's
PlayStation
PlayStation.
Now?
Or is it PlayStation Now?
I'm not sure. They're both a thing.
Are they the same?
I don't think they're the same. I think they're slightly different because PlayStation TV is like you can play your console like somewhere else. Like say you're in another part of your house, you don't need to have your console on you. And PlayStation Now is where you rent games for like a little while. They're both kind of linked with each other, but they're both out now.
Oh, so okay. Now I know PlayStation Now. I think that was one where you were downloading like renting digital
Yeah.
games, not even downloading. I think that was a fail because why are you going to rent digital games for more than you can go to the store and buy them?
Yeah, it's pretty pointless.
Yeah,
And having
but
streaming
oh,
as well. Some people don't really have that great internet speed, so it's kind of useless for them because they can't stream it that well.
yeah.
Kinda
Now
bad
I
for.
did. Oh, go ahead.
Nah, it's alright. I was done.
Oh, yeah, I did think that it was a good idea because basically Netflix for video games, I think, really does need to eventually come where it's like but it has to be done like Netflix, I believe. You have to have a monthly subscription, not pay like a certain amount of money for each game at a time.
Yeah, paying for like keep a game for a week, it's not that great of an idea. Like you have to have some kind of pay once like a month and have everything, not just pay for that game.
Yeah, I really think I really definitely agree with you there because it it's just too much money in the end because it's like the only
Yeah.
thing that makes sense to me is if you like how much was the week? It was like I don't know, $10 or something. The only thing that makes sense is if it's like a $30 game, but it's like a single player and you know you're just gonna blow it in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but back to Sony conference, I really think this year Sony needs to focus on some more exclusives because last year one of the biggest disappointments were to me were when Kingdom Hearts wasn't a Sony exclusive because I'm like, wow, you guys let Kingdom Hearts go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I mean I know there had been like DS, I think DS and Game Boy, even Game Boy Advance, like Kingdom Heart games, I think. But I'm talking about for the consoles, like the home consoles. Um, I was like, you're gonna let Xbox One take Kingdom Hearts as well as like, and then Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm like, they let that go as well.
Yeah. Like I do agree when you said about the exclusives. They need more. They need to show off more exclusives. That was definitely the downside of last year. I agree with that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Well, they'll probably focus on they'll do some Street Fighter 5 since that's gonna be exclusive to them with consoles probably. A game that I'm really excited to see would be No Man's Land. Do you remember that from last year?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, man. Talk.
It's all right. That's only a second. End the game up. Is it No Man's Sky you're on about?
Yeah, No Man's Sky. Oh,
Yeah,
is it No Man's Sky? I thought it was No Man's Land, actually. Yeah, my bad. No
yeah,
Man's Sky. I like it looks like you can do almost anything in that game.
yeah,
And yeah, why don't you talk because you know about, right?
yeah. I was so excited when that game was revealed last year. Like, it's pretty much infinite. There's like no chance you could ever see everything in it. And the style just looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. Even though it's like supposed to be an indie game, it looks like something that
Hmm.
in my opinion, that could probably take over Minecraft, kind of.
Well, that's stretching it.
Well, I mean is that it could take over Minecraft in the sense that like because that's basically like, giving you the ability to do almost anything. That's going to be like a online version of Minecraft.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
wonder
though
how
my
big the servers will be though.
yeah, and
Like,
Minecraft is online, but I mean like
yeah,
that's focusing on online, I believe.
yeah, yeah. I think it is.
Yeah, server sizes would have to be huge. I think because what did they say at one point? I think they said there's like a certain amount of million possibilities.
I'm not too sure.
Uh, Well, oh, we have a watcher, Donovan Thomas. Hello, Donovan. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions on any of the topics we're going to be discussing, you just ask them in the comment and we'll do our best to answer you, man. Thank you very much. All right. Well, anything else about Sony conference? The thing is that Sony conference last year to me was kind of a disappointment because the year before, when they were like just releasing the PS4, that was one of the best conferences.
Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally played the stream, so I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, did you hear? Oh, you didn't hear? I was saying that what a disappointment to me with the Sony conference was that the year before, with the PS4 when it was just coming out, when it was almost coming out, that conference was really great to me.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That was so good. Just announcing the new console. Everybody was just super hyped for that. Same with the Microsoft one, really.
Yeah, like well, when new consoles are coming out, conferences just are great. They're just usually great. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Nintendo could do one this year? A new console?
Um, wait, do a new console? No, you mean the
Mm.
rumor about the NX?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're bringing out a new console this year because I think what happened was that the Iwata, I think he just leaked the console because apparently like gaming companies start to work on their console like almost right after the other console their current console it comes out. So they start to work on them pretty soon. So apparently like even though they may be working on the NX, it may not come out for another like 4 maybe 3 years or it may not even be announced again fully until like I don't know, 2 maybe next year, 3 years. So I don't think we're going to see that for maybe another 3 or 4 years at least. About
Yeah.
yeah, because they apparently work on them really really like, yeah, they work on them really
Yeah,
long. So
yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Yeah. Yeah, like what is the usual gap between consoles? It's like 5 to 7 years. Like
well, it
usually
was
it's quite a
5.
while.
Yeah, it is quite a while. It was 5 years. It was like almost 5 years on the dot. I believe at one point they would like, here's another console. 5 years later, here's another one. But then I think after the Xbox 360 came out, because the Xbox 360, it's about a 8 year gap. I want to say, let's see, 2013. Yeah, about an 8 year gap between the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One.
Yeah.
What I account for that is the online. The online was able to do updates on the console, so they don't always have to bring a new console. They can just update it online. They can update the software. But back to Sony's conference, I really think Sony this year just needs to bring it. They just need to show us what they're about. They don't need to, if they talk about TV, maybe just talk about it a little bit, or Sony, or is it PlayStation Now, or is it PlayStation? I thought there was a PlayStation TV.
Yeah, I think they're both the same.
Oh, the same. Okay, well, if they talk about that, don't focus on it. And I think they really just need to bring us all about the games and show us like some new stuff, and definitely bring out a lot of new stuff, because last year I don't think it was too much stuff that we didn't expect was coming.
Yeah.
So any last thoughts you have on what Sony needs to do this year?
Well, I definitely agree when you mentioned about the more exclusives. Like we already know that we're getting Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clank. Like we're seeing more gameplay of that. That's pretty much all they need to do. They need more exclusives so that more people can get hyped and more likely to get their console than like the Xbox One, because they're both kind of similar. It's more people get consoles for exclusives, not just because that console, unless they are a true fanboy or girl.
Yeah, because exclusives are what sell consoles. When I initially picked between the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, I think that was back when the PlayStation 3 was like struggling. And I looked at like which exclusives I prefer, and I'm like, okay, I prefer Xbox exclusives, so I'm gonna get theirs. So PlayStation 4, I think they do need to show us some exclusives. Don't just focus on the third party.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next one. I got Nintendo conference next. Now, I think this is a pretty big one this year.
Yeah. I'm not too sure about Nintendo, to be fair.
Well, the thing is that Nintendo, with the article, they released an article saying that let me just actually, I have it in front of me. So, yeah, so let me just kind of quote. And is this... They were talking about third party. They were like, we still have those great big third party partners like Ubisoft, though I'm not exactly sure how dedicated Ubisoft is to the Wii U anymore. They've been releasing, I think, quite a bit of games that haven't been making it.
Yeah.
Who continue to invest in our platforms. In the next few weeks at E3, you'll be hearing about more big third party partnerships. So this is a quote from NintendoInsider.com, and I think it was coming from, it says Nintendo Canada General Manager Pierre-Paul Trepanier. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think he made this quote like, so that was the biggest issue with me with Nintendo, because Nintendo, let's face it, they make great first party games, but with their third party games, it's just like the third party is almost non-existent with the Wii U at this point.
Yeah, Nintendo, the Wii U is all about is first party the right word? Yeah, first party games. It's definitely all about that. Like, or like these Mario games and Mario Kart. They are what make the Wii U pretty much. No other third party things have made the Wii U.
Yeah. All right, just before we go on, I'd like to welcome Hoyum Toy. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name, to the chat. He says hi in the comments. So remember Hoyum Toy, if you want to ask any questions about what we're talking about, just write them in the comments and we can answer them. All right. So my thing about Nintendo is that, back on the Wii U, how you were saying how the third parties aren't really making it. Some did, like Watch Dogs and stuff like that. But even when they make it, they sometimes don't have the modes. Like Watch Dogs doesn't have the special DLC. It has some of the DLC, but not all of it. So it's like they bring out the game for the Wii U and then they don't bring out everything. It's just like they're half dedicated to the system itself.
Yeah, I don't get why companies don't like the Wii U. Like, I had a Wii U and it's a good console, but they didn't really have much on it for me to keep it, hence why I got rid of it.
Nice. Well, not nice actually. What's wrong? No, because I still have my Wii U and I do buy the third parties. Like I have Watch Dogs and stuff. Honestly, I don't play my Wii U as often. Now, part of that is because it's out. Like my parents, they watched. The Wii U really made Netflix a little too easy.
Mhm.
My parents, who like, if you pass them an Xbox 360 controller, they couldn't know how to get to Netflix. But what is the Wii U do? It's right there. Touch movie.
Yeah.
Touch, and it has shows like that, like they watch the Andy Griffin show and Cheers, stuff like that. And so sometimes they'll be using my Wii U, and it's out there at the main TV since
Yeah.
of the the yeah. So, but I do like if the Wii U has third party. I think the Wii U has the ability to actually take over PS4 eventually. Not soon, maybe 2 or 3 years. But if they have a steady flow of third party, I think eventually they can take over the PS4 because Nintendo's exclusives, I don't think they can really be beat like that.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I agree when you mentioned about taking over the PS4. I don't think many things could.
Yeah, maybe not, but I think if Nintendo really, let's just theorize here. If Nintendo were to take let's say all the good third party, let's say like next year, Call of Duty, well, I'm not even going to count EA in that because I don't think EA and Nintendo are even on speaking terms right now. But if Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, let's say Rainbow Six, let's say all the like decent third party games start coming to the Wii U. All of a sudden, Nintendo already has great exclusives. So all of a sudden, I think that they would have not only great exclusives, they have all these third parties coming, so they'd attract both the mature and the and the casual gamers. And so they have like both markets, and I think that they would have the ability to pass over the PS4.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that, but I don't know. I think the problem people have with the Wii U as well is that it's not got the mature kind of fan base that like the PS4 would have. I think that's what put people off because it is very, I want to say, childish. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, this is kind of how I see it at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is true. They don't make, but if they ever build it, that's what I mean. If they can bring third party, they may build the mature fan base eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Nintendo, to me, they just need to focus on third party because they're the first party. Everybody knows that when Nintendo has a first party game, it's usually gonna be good. So people already know that. You need to give them something new. And I think this announcement that they made about, or the Nintendo manager of Canada and Nintendo Canada made, is a really good thing because I think people are really looking for third party with Nintendo, and it better not just be the 3DS. It better be the Wii U because if they come out with all these third party 3DS games, I'm like, come on, the 3DS is successful. We know the third parties want to put their games on that thing. Yeah, so to me it has to be the Wii U.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a message. We got welcome Ensu. That's a watcher. He's watching us. And Sui made a comment. He said, we want God of War on PS4, Gears of War on Xbox, and Star Fox on Nintendo. Yeah, those are good exclusives. I mean, Gears of War. Oh, and Sue, actually, I think on IGN they said that Xbox is going to be showing Gears of War in some shape and form in the conference. So, and I don't know about God of War PS4, and I think Star Fox will definitely be at Nintendo, but I think they announced Gears of War is going to be on Xbox. So I don't know exactly what the announcement's going to be, though. Thank you for watching us though, and remember to ask more questions.
While you just mentioned back to Sony, what do you think about the announcement of a 1 TB PS4 or like a PS4 Slim or something like that?
Well, the thing is that couldn't the PS4 internal hard drive be changed?
Yeah, but yeah.
So to me, if it could be changed, couldn't you always put a 1 TB on it then? I mean, it coming with a 1 TB does make sense because some people just don't do that. Some people prefer to just buy it and then play games. There are a lot of people that don't know how to even open the panel, take out the hard drive, and put a new one in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would be a really good. It's a great decision because I actually made a video about how like Arkham Knight. Because I watched one from Review Tech and I made my own after hearing about basically Review Tech USA. It's about how Arkham Knight is going to be almost 50 gigs download.
Yeah.
So that's like an eighth of the hard drive, and that's not even count what part is dedicated for the operating system. So to me, that's like, wow, how can you even bring out a game that, I mean, if you have 8 more games like that, your hard drive, no, not even 8, because 7, because they have to have, your hard drive isn't a fully 500 gigabytes. So about 7 games like that, your hard drive's done.
Yeah. Like, let's say you had that and like GTA 5, Call of Duty, all these other games. Within a few games, it'll just be gone. Like,
yeah, you will. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you have to download every game, that's what really, because 500 gigabytes to me sounded big at first, but when they like announced that you had to, like, even if you bought the disc, you have to download everything to the hard drive. It's like, that's not very big.
No, definitely not.
So a terabyte is very welcome. Now, they didn't announce the pricing yet, though, did they?
I don't think they've actually announced the console yet.
Oh, so it's just rumored. But if they do come out with that, and you see, Xbox One already had a terabyte. They had the Advanced Warfare Special one, which was a terabyte. Yeah. So with PS4, if it's going to be a terabyte, I believe it has to be a good price. It can't be, I don't think they should, let's see, the original PS4 came out $399, and the PS4 now, I'm not, is it still $399, or have they dropped the, no, so, I'll go ahead.
I'll just double check a second how much is in the UK.
All right, well,
it was like £350 at launch.
Donovan Tom. Oh, go ahead.
It's dropped by £75 here in the UK since it came out.
So that's about oh, did you have something else to say?
No, I'm trying to work out how much it would be roughly in dollars.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I'm thinking like maybe 100.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
So I think that the new one probably should be like 350 maybe in dollars.
Yeah, that seems about right. That would be a good price, quite a fair price as well.
Yeah, it would be, and it would, and they should announce it, and then the terabyte will definitely sell, I think, more than the well, maybe not more because the other one will be cheaper, but yeah, more probably.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not saying, I'm just
Oh, well, Donovan Thomas has commented, say, I'm getting a PS4, so they better have good games. I agree with you, Donovan Thomas. They better have some good games. And I'm not sure if you were here when we were first talking, but we were saying how they should announce some exclusives because last year they didn't focus too much on exclusives. So this year we think the conference should have exclusives. Do you have a PS4?
Yeah, I have one.
All right, so this question is probably for you because Donovan Thomas asked a question. Do you think Fallout 4 will be good?
It should be, yeah. I mean, all the other ones are good. What I've seen of them, because I haven't really played them myself, but what I've seen of them, they should be good. It looks like a good series, and hopefully it should be similar to like Fallout 3, because I know that was a good game, but just better graphically without glitches. But yeah, it should be a good game.
Oh, speaking of graphics, actually, because there was another Review Tech USA video, I think it was, either that or an IGN article where they were talking about how people were complaining. He was like, I think it was Review Tech USA, and he was saying how people were, he was telling them to stop complaining about Fallout 4's graphics because, like, I think the graphics must not have looked up to what people expect from next gen. But what people need to realize, it's just like Skyrim, I think. If you're going to build a world that huge, there is no way, I think, that you're going to be able to uphold to the standard of graphics of the current gen consoles.
Yeah, I agree. There is no way you're going to have, like, let's say, like Battlefield graphics. Like, you're not going to get that on a game that big. Like, because Battlefield is, like, amazing graphics for a console, but it's not that big of a game. So you're not going to get that on a massive world like that. It's just, unless you're on, like, PC, then you're not really going to get that kind of graphics and performance.
Yeah, and even if you're on PC, you better buy some serious video card for that and some RAM. Yeah, so all right, just wrapping up Nintendo here. I don't know how we got on Fallout because Donovan asked the question, but I think Nintendo last year actually Nintendo won E3 when the votes, because they have those votes where they ask you who won, I think, the conferences, who won the overall, and who won like the, I guess, demos or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what the third, what the second topic was, and Nintendo won all three and that was because it was true, because Microsoft just showed us a bunch of games, which is actually what they needed to do. Microsoft actually focused on exclusives that year. They had Scalebound and they had other exclusives, but none of them came out, I believe.
Yeah.
So I really think that they, with Nintendo, if they just do what they did last year, but give us a whole, like, I want a whole 20 minutes of them just talking about different third parties. Let's do that. 20 minutes of third parties. All right, let's move on to Microsoft. What do you think about the Microsoft conference? What do you think? How do you think about last year?
Last year, it was all right. They did announce games, quite a few games, but I don't think it was that great. It definitely didn't beat Sony. Sony was pretty good last year. Microsoft need. I think they've learned from I think a few years ago when the Xbox One was announced. They focused a lot on just TV and like TV shows and films and stuff like that. They need to get back to just talking about gaming. That's it, because that's their console. It's not for TV or something. If you want to watch TV, then you buy a TV. Like, well, that didn't really work. Like, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but
yeah. Donovan Thomas says lol. All right. He also says glitch out New Vegas. Was New Vegas that glitchy? I mean, I don't know. I didn't play it.
I have no idea because I haven't played it either.
Well, I know that well, you were talking about glitches in Fallout, and I guess it's probably famous. Well, any game like Skyrim had glitches too. I mean, I think because they're both made by Bethesda. Yeah, they are, right? Both of them Bethesda, right?
Bethesda.
You kind of glitched out a second there. What did you say?
Yeah, they're both Bethesda.
Yeah, so when you make a world that large in any game, I don't really care who makes it, but Bethesda kind of does they tend to make games with large worlds, I think, and it's going to have glitches. So if Fallout Vegas had a lot of glitches, I hope that they improve on that, because sometimes a game does have way too many glitches to, like, even if it's a huge world, to excuse it. Like Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's almost hard to bring it up. Now, Assassin's Creed Unity was a lot bigger, I think, than the other Assassin's Creeds, but the initial glitches and stuff, like the frame rate, especially, I think on Review Tech USA, when I was watching it, I think he said it was like it dropped down to 12 frames per second at a point or something like that, and I'm like, that's inexcusable to bring out the game when it's like that.
But to be honest, I would like to see somebody name a game that has never had a glitch at launch or been glitchy in some way.
That's true, because it's I don't think it's even possible. With humans, it's not possible. We're just gonna miss something.
Yeah.
No matter how much no matter how much game testers you have for a game, you're going to eventually miss a glitch.
Yeah, and like when a game is released, it's getting released to a lot more people. So let's say it's an online game. When you're doing your game tests, you're probably going to have 100 people max testing it. When a game's actually released, you're going to have hundreds of thousands. So that's when the glitches really start to get picked out.
Yeah, especially online, because I don't think there's any way you can test, like GTA 5 when that was released and the online was like dead slow or something, because they didn't expect, like, what was it? Almost 20 million people, I think, bought that game in like they made $1 billion in 3 days.
Yeah, I remember when GTA first came out, it was the most glitchy, hacked experience.
Yeah, and you can't blame a company for that, though. There's no, I don't think there's a way you can predict that 20 million, that almost, I don't know how much exactly $1 billion worth of games is, but that $1 billion worth of games are going to sell in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, we were talking about Microsoft, and we got sidetracked by the comment. But Microsoft, I actually thought Microsoft kind of did it better than Sony, more because they didn't have a lull moment to me. They just kept bringing it out. Like every 2 seconds, you saw an exclusive or an announcement or some gameplay. So they kind of kept my attention better than Sony did.
Yeah. True. But I think if you're doing like so much, there's only so much you can actually take in. Like some things they showed were just so crazy that you didn't even take it in. Like there was like one game that was just announced. It was like had like the longest name ever, and just like people just completely forgot about that straight after. I mean, apart from its name, because it was just so stupid. I forgot what it was called now. It was crazy.
Yeah, it is true that I am struggling to remember all the stuff they announced because they did announce a lot. But yeah, and Sony, No Man's Sky, and all that stuff, they had really unique announcements. Some, yeah, some games that were like just unique to. But yeah, but still, with Microsoft and Sony, it was almost a tie for me because Microsoft kept me there, and Sony kind of just Sony was the lull was the thing that killed Sony in my opinion. Because to me, there was a part where it's just like, I don't care about this. Why are you talking? Yeah. Oh, all right. So with Microsoft, let's just wrap off Microsoft because what do you think they need to do to improve this year?
I think they should show maybe some focus more on exclusive, like bigger exclusive titles. Because I noticed last year when they did do exclusives, it wasn't like, I mean, they have like Halo 5 and stuff, but there wasn't really that much else, like big exclusive wise. There was like indie game exclusives, but nothing major. So maybe more just big exclusives, nothing really just indie exclusive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Ensu made a comment. Well, yeah, Ensu, he's asking our thoughts on Project Oculus and Project Morpheus. But before we answer that, I'm going to tell you, he said he was agreeing with you. He said, will Microsoft sell PS4 again this year?
That's a very good comment.
Yeah, that was too true. I think the biggest thing was, remember when Microsoft had their conference, not their E3 thing. They're like, I guess the Xbox One announcement or something like that. When they were like, when they first announced it as the One.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually had that afterwards. I had that thing where they were like, we use jump up 875% after Microsoft announcement.
Yeah.
It's like,
it seems they're good at selling other people's consoles. Like,
yeah,
they don't sell their own; they just sell others. Just forget about their own.
But the worst one, we have a console that doesn't like. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was like, it's called the 360. That was the worst thing he could have said at that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't it end up with him leaving the company?
I'm not too sure.
But yeah, because he was like, he said that, and people, because that's like slapping your fans in the face, telling them that if you want a console that doesn't require you to always be online, then just buy our old one.
Yeah. It was like when they announced it as well, they didn't actually mention much game-wise. It was just all about, here, we're giving you a ton of TV stuff and stuff like that.
DRM. Oh, when they were like, yeah, your console's gonna, yeah, they were like, no used games.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, and they were like, you were going to have to, like, your disc was only gonna have a one-time use, like one-time like security thing just to download the game on your console or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't even let. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That was the worst feature you could think of. Just, oh yeah, you can buy a game, but you're not really going to be able to sell it again because nobody else is going to be able to play it. Just, who came up with that?
I don't know what they were thinking. It was like someone came in and said, "Hey, what's the worst thing?" In fact, I like it how the Escapist, that channel, Zero Punctuation. He did joke. He did. Do you know the channel?
I don't know.
The Escape is a channel where they do different video game stuff, but Zero Punctuation is a series where he does like jokey versions. Like he'll do a review, but he'll do a jokey version of it. And he did this jokey version of the conferences, and he's like, it's like Microsoft stood up, kept stabbing themselves, and said, "It's for your own good. It's for your own good."
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, it is true. They're really killing themselves during the E3 conference. It's $100 more. Had to come with Kinect. Couldn't lend your game to your friends. You had to go through this process of game share digitally or something. It was like,
yeah.
They gave Sony so. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was saying it's all about TV as well. They just completely forget the games.
It's like they handed. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Don't worry, I'm done.
All right. It's like they handed Sony a gun and said, "Here, it's loaded. Do what you want to do." Because if you remember, at the end of the Sony conference, that wasn't last year. That was year before, I believe. They were like, "How do you lend out a game?" Yeah.
Yeah, they do tend to make jokes about like Microsoft and stuff during the conference. Like if one does something wrong, they'll always like make a joke about it.
Yeah,
They're quite funny.
Microsoft handed it to them. They left themselves wide open for those comments and
Mhm.
jokes. Yeah, so I think Microsoft just needs to. They really, yeah, I agree with you. They need to bring out big, like they did say. I think they said this that Gears of War is going to be in it some way this year. They're not sure how, but and it can't be no, not another prequel, not like Judgment.
Mhm.
Better be for the Xbox One. It better be, and not what do you call it when they have like the old games bundle or something? What do you call it when they bring them back, like the God of War thing?
What, a remastered version?
Yes, remastered. None of that. A new Gears of War, new story, a sequel. That's what it needs to be, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So Insu did ask us about Oculus and Morpheus. So what are your thoughts on these?
I'm really looking forward to the Project Morpheus on PS4 because it looks a lot better than the Oculus Rift, which Microsoft is now implementing into the Xbox. Um, it looks a lot more promising than the Oculus Rift, in my opinion, because it's coming on a lot faster. It's going to be released sooner, I believe,
Oh,
and I think it's going to have like better like FPS and quality, if I'm correct. I'm not sure if that's true, but
nice.
I think it was. Oculus Rift being haven't been bought by Microsoft, but they're putting it on Xbox games. Uh, I'm not. I think I thought Oculus Rift was going to be for like PC only kind of thing, and it's kind of seemed like Microsoft's just gone. Oh, Sony's making the Project Morpheus. We're just gonna grab another company and put it onto our like console thing.
Yeah, but what's weird is that didn't Facebook buy it? So how is
Yeah,
Microsoft now able to buy it?
I yeah, that's what like I don't think they've bought it. I think they're kind of working together now, like Microsoft and Facebook.
Ah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I kind of worded that bit wrong.
No. It wasn't that. It was just because I thought they bought it too. It's just that I was like Facebook, then Microsoft. I'm like, oh, are they passing this around or something?
Yeah.
but with Microsoft, yeah, just an ending statements with Microsoft. I think their conference has to just focus on. We need some heavy hitters, but definitely give us some stuff new. Like last year, they gave Scalebound and stuff, but I think Scalebound's not going to be here because I think they say they're going to do Scalebounds at Gamescom. So, but for some of those games that they announced last year, give us some more details on them
Mm.
because I like what do you call it? What those pre-done trailers as much as the next guy. But now that gameplay is so easily on internet, I believe you have to show us some gameplay just so we could see how it goes. Because those really cool like cinematic trailers, I don't think they're gonna get your attention, but I don't think they're gonna sell the games anymore. People gonna want to see the gameplays.
Yeah, CGI like trailers and stuff. They don't show what the game's actually going to be like. It's like what they want the game to be like, but it's probably going to be nothing like it. Like, didn't Watch Dogs have like a really cool, like really nice graphics, like loads of awesome features, and like their CGI trailer? But then the game was just, well, not that great to say the least.
Well, Watch Dogs. The thing I agree with kind of Review Tech USA because he made a video. He said something like this. I think that the problem was it was overhyped. People thought it was going to like change how we think about gaming because they really did overhype it. Then people bought it and they realized, okay, it's a good game, but they're like, there's nothing to like. It just didn't have that wow factor. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that led to them being like mad because the game was really overhyped. I believe, kind of like Destiny. I think because Destiny came out and then I think yeah, Review Tech said this. USA said this as well. Like he was like Destiny came out and like people were like people were thinking it was gonna be this great massive like game, and then it's like oh well it's a good game, but it's no like wow factor.
Yeah, most games like that these days. Whenever E3 happens, everybody gets so hyped about a few games that when they come out, no matter how good it actually is, nobody's ever happy with it. That seems to be how games are like these days. Like it can be a decent game, but it's just not lived up to what people made it out it was actually going to be.
Yeah, because it's too true that we tend to overhype games in general. We see a game, we see these new concepts, and we're like, wow, that's gonna be like really change the gaming world, and then it comes out, it's like it's okay.
Yeah, it's going to be like No Man's Sky probably.
Now, No Man's Sky, that better be match the hype because that looks great.
Uh-huh. Is it an exclusive to PS4 or is it on all consoles and PC?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because it's an indie game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an indie game.
So I'm not sure how that's gonna work. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna see next. I mean, like, not tonight because tonight is just Bethesda. And even though the Nintendo World Championships are, for me, it's going to be about 6, I think. I don't know what time it's for you, 11?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so the Nintendo World Championships are going to be today, but that doesn't really have to do with the E3 announcements. I think it's pretty cool that they brought it back though after not having it since 1990, which I was only about 1, or if I was 1 yet.
Yeah, it's quite a long time ago.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. Kind of got that nostalgia feeling, I guess, for those who remember it.
Yeah. No Man's Sky is a PS4 and PC exclusive.
All right, so that'll be good for them to go into more detail about that. I definitely want them to do that.
Yeah.
But so I guess we can finish with Microsoft now. So EA, let's go with the EA conference now. This one. Well, tell me your thoughts about last year's. Do you remember last year's conference?
Not really. I know, like, normally their conferences tend to, like, EA tend to have a lot of like sport related games, so a lot of their stuff is to do like sport and stuff. I don't know if Star Wars Battlefront was last year. I can't remember.
Yeah, they had it wasn't a gameplay or anything. I think they had some photos, and they had this like one trailer where like you see someone walking in the snow. You don't see someone; it's from first person view, and then all of a sudden you see like the recognizable foot of an AT-AT.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good teaser, but the thing is that Battlefront to me, I want to see some, like I said, I want to see some gameplay. So I'm not going to really let myself get too excited about certain things until I want to see some gameplay, because you get excited, you see the gameplay, you're like,
Yeah, I hope it is good because I've already pre-ordered it. I don't normally do that before I see gameplay.
Then it better be good, eh?
Yes.
Sorry, interrupted. Were you saying something?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay, well, EA, I just think EA just need to focus on games. They need to focus, and they need to stop like with they don't need to relive what happened with The Sims.
Oh, no, oh god, yeah, The Sims.
I mean, I did not buy it, but the horror stories.
When they did The Sims, that was pretty cringy. I think a lot of conferences tend to be quite cringy and stuff. They always try to make jokes that to them are probably funny, but are not funny at all.
Yeah. Also, they need to. Well, when you're live, it's almost impossible to what do you call it? Make sure that everything's going to work out. Because I remember at one conference, like the guy actually had to tell them to be quiet because while they were stalling because like the thing wasn't. They were like just waiting for it to start because it was frozen or something. And someone shouted out, "EA sucks." The guy goes, "Be quiet." Yeah. So I'm not sure if that was last year or the year before, but I think it was the year before. But it needs. Well, all the conferences kind of have glitched. Like last year, I think, or once again, it was either last year or the year before where like during the PS4 conference they had a freezing moment. So I think that was actually Unity. So maybe that should have been like a premonition.
Yeah, this is what the game's actually going to be like. Just a glitch, pretty much.
It was either. Yeah, it was either premonition. I mean Unity or Black Flag. So it was either last year or the year before with the glitch.
Mm-hmm.
But with EA, they just need to stop. I was actually with The Sims. I wasn't talking about how it went at the conference. I was talking about after the game came out and the whole always online feature that really pissed a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Always online for MMOs, it has to. I mean, that has to happen. Oh, sorry, were you saying something?
Nope, I won't say anything.
Okay. Yeah, always online MMOs, that has to happen. You expect it with MMOs because the whole point of MMOs is to be always online with other people. But with The Sims, which let's face it, is mostly for most people a single player building game, always online. What was the point of that?
Yeah, I don't get why games ever do just always online, unless it is just like an MMO or something. Just anything that's always online is kind of not that great because like now, not everybody has like internet and stuff, but they want to play a game, but they can't because they won't have the necessary like connection to be able to do it. I don't think always online's ever a good thing to have.
Yeah, if you have any single player in your game, do not make do not make that always online. If just don't make the game always online. If you have a single player thing, yeah. Anyway, but that's all. Yeah, it's kind of short, so we can maybe move on to Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So with Ubisoft, I actually tend to enjoy their conferences because they give you what you want. They show gameplay, they show trailers, they have people come out and talk. They have that actor, I don't know her name, but she's pretty good. Yeah, but with Ubisoft, I'm looking forward to maybe another Splinter Cell announcement because I think that one came out 2 years ago, so I think it's time for a Splinter Cell announcement.
Oh, I completely forgot about that game.
You did? I have Black Ops for the Wii U. Wait, Blacklist, not Black Ops. Blacklist for the Wii U. Oh, this guy, Donovan's talking about Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Do you know much about it?
I've heard about it, and I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing it. Isn't it set in Victorian England? I'm pretty sure it is.
And I asked. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like Assassin's Creed really. The first and last one I played was Assassin's Creed 3. I've never really been a fan of the series, but this one looks pretty good. Well, I don't really think we've seen that much, but just it sounds like it is going to be a good game. But then again, I did think that with Unity.
Yeah. Actually, Unity, I played it, and it was a good game once they see. The thing is that I don't tend to buy games until I tend to wait a couple weeks or maybe a month just to see like how the game is before I buy it, unless it's something I really want. So by the time I got Unity, they had done some of the glitch work fixed, not all of it, because I experienced some online stuff. But they had that huge update. It was like 46 gigabytes that finally fixed it. And once it was fixed, playing like the thing about Assassin's Creed Unity is that the online to me is a lot more fun than the actual missions. So with Syndicate, I want them to make an actual co-op campaign.
Yeah, wasn't that in Unity? I thought there was some kind of co-op.
Yeah, no, they had 4-player co-op. No, some of the missions were actually 2-player.
Huh.
But the thing is that even though they tried to give it kind of its story, because every co-op mission, well, some of them started off with a story. Like you would see a clip, and it would be like this guy, you have to rescue him or something like that. So they tried to make it kind of like a storyline, but it wasn't. It just felt like a bunch of loose base missions. That's what I mean. It wasn't like the single player. It wasn't this big storyline. So I think they need to have like a 4-player just co-op, and it has to be like its own story. I mean, it doesn't have to be always 4-player, but I believe it has to have its own story.
Yeah.
So Unity was enjoyable for me. Like I was playing with my cousin, and he was. We have a new watcher. Welcome, Lopukia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Well, if you want to ask any questions about what we're talking about, this is our E3 before E3 podcast. We're just talking about our opinions on the different conferences and different games that we may like to see. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, put them in the comments. All right, so yeah, well, with Syndicate, God bless all our watchers. Oh, that's a good thing for mobile, bro. I don't know what that's Low Puka. So maybe he's talking about Syndicate?
I'm not sure.
But I know that Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft announced Syndicate won't have a mobile app.
I'm not too sure, really.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they announced that they said Syndicate won't have a mobile app. I get lots of people who used it because, I mean, they've had the mobile app since, what was it? Was it Black Flag?
Yeah. I think Black Flag was the only one that I know of that's had the mobile app.
Yeah, so I don't think much people use it. Honestly, I played Unity. I didn't use the mobile app. And I think they tried to make you kind of use it because in Unity, they had these treasure chests that to open them, you had to play the mobile app. And even that wasn't enough incentive for me to actually find a smartphone and download it and like play the mobile app. Yeah, so I don't think the mobile app, in my opinion, the mobile app that may only work with certain games. I don't think that every game on Ubisoft needs a mobile app.
No, like
Yeah, so go ahead.
some games I think can be useful if they have a mobile app. Like GTA 5 one was pretty cool. Like you basically could access your phone on your smartphone or tablet or something, and you could like do stuff like customize your car. Like that's a good mobile app. But just mobile apps for most games don't really work too well. They're there, but they're not really useful.
Yes, I think that the problem is that Ubisoft is trying to do it with every game, like they did with Watch Dogs, even and stuff like that. Well, Watch Dogs it probably made sense too, since the cell phone is supposed to be like your main thing in Watch Dogs. But even if a mobile apps work for one game, that doesn't mean it's going to work for every game you bring out. You don't have to try and bring it out for every game. Just bring it out for the games that you think it may actually serve a purpose.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, with Ubisoft, their conferences tend to be good to me, so I don't really have much say on this because to me, I just keep doing what you're doing because they tend to bring good games, good gameplay. They tend to really show us what we want to see most of the time. So just keep doing what you're doing, Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft, they kind of they're good. Like they release good games, but they release some of the best games, but they also release some of the worst games, which I find quite funny because like they're a good company, they make good games, but
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege, that'll probably be a good game, and
Oh,
then
that
there's
looks great.
yeah, and what's all the hype for the Division? I haven't really seen much of it, but
Oh, you
people seem to be really hyped about that.
you didn't watch any of the Division?
I I'm not interested like in it really. I haven't really seen much of
That
it.
once I saw the Division, that made me almost completely forget about Destiny.
I might
That's
look
how
it up
good.
sometime.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Go ahead.
I might look it up. I haven't really seen anything of it really.
See, Ubisoft did it right. They didn't even start the Division with a cinematic trailer. You didn't see a cinematic trailer until the next year. They started off with gameplay. That's how like confident I believe they were on this game.
Okay.
And it was just what's the greatness about the Division is that you think it looks like you just basically do anything. You're in this world. If I had to describe it, it's like an RPG. I wouldn't call it an MMORPG. It's more like a single player RPG that everybody's just there.
Okay.
It's like you're in this world that happened on Black Friday. Apparently, I guess because all the close contact, everybody got infected with this disease. A lot of people got infected with this disease. A lot of people died, and it's one of those. It's like basically like a zombie kind of a outbreak world without the zombies.
Yeah.
There's almost no order, and there's like everybody they form their own factions, and they're like the thing is that there are like AI that will try to kill you, and there are other players. And the first trailer was really good. I'd advise you to watch that if you want to. The first trailer was really good because the first trailer, it kind of fooled us because we thought we were just playing a co-op game. That they're just playing a co-op game. It was like these three people they're playing, and it has such good features, and it looked really cool, and like that's where the mobile app may work because the mobile app allows you to control like this helicopter thing in the
Okay.
game, and it like marks you can target people for like the people, and it looks like something that may be useful. And they start playing, and then like they save these policemen, and then the policemen, they're just AI characters, and then they come out, they tell them go into the armory, get some weapons. This guy gets this new weapon. He goes and they drop a flare because they're like, oh, they actually show like the San Francisco, I think the Golden Gate Bridge, and they're like, we're gonna go over there soon. So it's like it looks like it's just this big open world, and then they all of a sudden they get ambushed by a group of other players, and they're like, come on guys, let's go. Like, and then it's like ends like that, and I'm like, it was a huge surprise because I think people thought it was like single player co-op. A co-op game, and then they realized, oh no, this is MMO.
Yeah. So was it kind of like Watch Dogs in like the sense of when you're in multiplayer, you don't know who's the actual player and who's just a normal NPC kind of thing?
No, because it's an MMO, so it's like you probably can see who the players are. I'm not sure everybody can see who they are, but not everybody looks the same or looks like just the crowd. Not everybody looks like the crowd. I mean,
Okay.
because you make your own character, I think, and so yeah. But Yeah, Ubisoft, I think just yeah, they're pretty good lately. But you're right. You're right. One of the things I think that benefits Ubisoft is that they're both game developers and producers.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because like EA, they're producers, but other companies like Crytek and them develop the games.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
think Ubisoft. What, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ubisoft, because think about it. If you take away the, because a developer develops a game, they take it to the publisher. The publisher has to like be like, okay, well, we don't think we have to take this part out. But since Ubisoft is both developers and publishers, they're like, I think they have a benefit because they probably less middlemen, so they can like do more, probably more freedom.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's why I think that's why Ubisoft, like you said, makes some of the best games, but they also sometimes make some of the worst games. All right, welcoming our fifth watcher, Sparklefire Ninja Gaming. Hey, Sparklefire Ninja. Yeah, well, we already talked about some other topics, but if you want to ask some questions about topics we're on now, just say them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. All right, well, now this one I'm really interested in, but I want to hear your opinion first. The next conference we're going to talk about is Bethesda.
Uh-huh.
So, what do you think about Bethesda doing their own
Um,
conference this year?
this is the first time doing their own conference, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they are known for like some of the most successful previous gen games, and
Yeah.
this is the first time obviously doing their own conference. So I'm pretty certain they are going to have some big news. Like we already know Fallout 4, and isn't there a new Doom? Um, yeah, I think so. Um, I'm not too sure about like. I've got like a list here that I'm trying to follow.
Yeah, well, it was more about opinions. I don't need. It's well, actually, yeah, because that's one of the things I wanted. Lol Puka said TES-06 confirmed. Is that a game?
No idea.
Ah, the Elder Scrolls. I think
Oh
TS is the
yeah,
Elder Scrolls.
yeah. That's what I was looking for on my list actually. The Elder
So wait.
Scrolls.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry for
Yeah,
interrupting.
I am really hoping for a new Elder Scrolls. I love the Elder Scrolls. That
Yeah,
is
I
probably
got.
one of the best games, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, I got Skyrim, and if I do get an Xbox One or PS4, because I don't have either yet, I'll probably get Elder Scrolls Online if I can find a group of friends that actually want to play through it. Because I played the beta. I was one of the beta testers, and I really enjoyed how it stuck really close to how the Elder Scrolls single player was.
Hmm.
Yeah, because a lot of times when a single player game will move to an MMO, they kind of lose their feeling, I want to
Yeah,
say. But it didn't really lose much feeling, except the fact that you can't search through everything now. You can't pick up everything, but you wouldn't expect that with an MMO. That'd be a lot of stuff for them to just be like, just so you could pick up everything or search through, read every book.
yeah. I was thinking about getting the Elder Scrolls Online for PS4 because I never really got. I saw it on PC, but I never really looked it up too much, and I heard that it was like a really bad game, so I never really bothered with it. But I was looking it up a bit the other day because it came out on consoles, and it actually looks pretty decent. I might pick it up soon, actually.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I don't think it was a bad game. I think when it initially came out, the problem was they focused more on like story because they were trying to be more Elder Scrolls, and they didn't focus as much, I believe, on the MMO features.
Hmm.
You make an MMO like because I think like everybody had to talk to the person like after you complete a mission together. Everybody had to talk to the person. Like it wasn't just one like give everybody a prize and stuff. I don't think they had featured a lot of MMO features initially, and I think that's what held it back.
Hmm.
But the Elder Scrolls 6 being confirmed is a big news for me. Thanks, Lol Pukia, for saying that in the comments because that's huge news. If I mean 6, what will it be? Where will it be? What do you think? Maybe no, Daggerfall was 2, I believe. Um,
Um,
go ahead.
yeah, I think I don't know when it was. I think it was quite a while ago. They kind of hinted or kind of announced that there was a new Elder Scrolls coming out. I think they kind of revealed where, but I can't remember. And I did try looking it up yesterday, but I couldn't find anything about it. But I don't know. I think it's. Have they done one? Have you played like the Elder Scrolls, like many of them?
I watched someone play part of Oblivion, and I played through Skyrim.
Because I don't know if they've done one for like where the Yorks are based yet, but I thought that I saw something about them doing it where they were from, like the Orcs.
Lowpook says not confirmed. IGN tagged it. All right, so that's not confirmed. After the yeah, okay, so that's I guess not confirmed. So yeah, but one good thing about Elder Scrolls Online was that they had every what do you call it, country available.
Yeah.
It was even the Shivering Isles, the what do you call it, the expansion pack from Oblivion.
I'm not too sure.
No, they did. No, I'm telling you, I wasn't asking.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they had the Skyrim add-ons like I'm not. They probably did, but they had like, so that was good. But I don't know what it's going to be because I think Daggerfall was 2, and then I don't remember where 3 was, but 4 was in where the Imperials are, I believe. And then Skyrim was Skyrim. So
yeah.
I don't know where they're going to be, but I think it's going to be good. All right, let's just we have a question, but before we answer that, I want to finish up this Bethesda. There's one thing that I'm concerned about with Bethesda doing their own conference. They're not, to me, a company they're not like EA and Ubisoft where they bring out so many games that they have so much stuff to talk about. To me, they bring out really well-made games, but they don't bring them out as often as the other developers do.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I'm kind of thinking, because this conference is going to be 2 hours and a half. That's a lot of time for a company that, to me, I only see them bring out like a few games every couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe they have a Dishonored 2. I think they said that was leaked. That may have been accidentally leaked. Dishonored, maybe talk about Dishonored 2, Fallout 4, The Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know, maybe talk about some stuff like some expansions that's coming out for Elder Scrolls Online. And I have no idea what else they have to talk about.
Yeah. I don't know if they're really going to announce very much. They might just want to show a lot of what they have already announced, kind of thing. They just might want to focus on showing maybe quite a bit of gameplay, a few other kind of things. Like maybe not, like they're not going to spend 2.5 hours just announcing loads of games. They are probably going to focus on just mainly showing what they have already announced.
Probably. To me, I still think that I'm concerned, like, do they? And there's also another concern. Now, E3 happens in Los Angeles, right?
Yes, it does, yeah.
Now, Golden State, are you familiar with the NBA?
I know what it is, but I'm not really know much about it or anything.
All right. Golden State and Cleveland Cavaliers, they're in the finals right now. There's a final game on. I think it starts at 8 o'clock my time, right? That's about, in my time, that's about an hour and a half before Bethesda's conference starts. So basically the conference and the game are going to collide. And I'm like, I think they're both in California. So I'm like, how much people are going to watch this conference when there's a finals? I mean, imagine if you're from UK. So imagine if the finals for a soccer was going on. How much people at the same time of like Eurogamer? How much people are going to watch Eurogamer?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, not to be stereotypical that all British people like soccer. I know that that's a big thing.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that. Very good point.
So, go on.
No, I was just saying that's quite a good point that you made.
Yeah, so I'm wondering how I'll be in and out myself. I'll probably be like watching the game and going back to Bethesda at certain times, but I'm just like, I'm not sure whether Bethesda put that into mind, but with all the conferences, they probably just had to take where they could get. So, Also, they're leading us this year, so they better be good because they're the first conference that's going to happen. So,
yeah.
All right, now let's. Well, since that's all, you have anything else to say about what you think about Bethesda?
Nope, there's nothing else.
All right, well, let's try to answer this question. Sparklefy Ninja Gaming's question was, which do you prefer, DC or Marvel? Not in any specific thing like movie or games, just in terms of characters. Also, why do you prefer one over the other, and who's your favorite hero? Why don't you have a go at this one, I guess?
That is a very hard choice. Um, I'm probably going to say Marvel, to be honest.
And he says, why do you prefer one over the other?
Because Marvel have more of the iconic superheroes. Like, I do like DC because they have, like, Superman. Like, I like the Flash. He's pretty cool. But
Yes.
I think Marvel have some of the more, I want to say, older kind of, for the older kind of audience kind of superheroes. Like, DC have Superman, who's quite for more of a, I want to say younger audience, but he's kind of for both.
Yes.
Whereas Marvel's like they have like the Avengers. That's not like for young kids or anything. They
Yeah.
do focus on the more mature kind of teen to mature kind of audience.
Yeah. And they said, who's your favorite hero?
Oh, that's a hard one. I probably couldn't choose between Iron Man and Captain America. They're both pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that was Sparkfly Ninja, not Dave. Sparkfly Ninja's asking these questions. But with me, if I were to answer that, I'd say I'm kind of split because DC to me has the heavy hitters, but Marvel has more heavy hitters. Now, what I mean by that is that DC has Superman, they got Batman. Like almost everybody in their Grammy knows who those people are. But Marvel has more characters that I feel are big than DC does. Like a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people know the DC expanded universe as well they would probably know the Marvel expanded universe.
Mm-hmm.
Because Marvel has like you said, the Avengers. That's 8 heroes right there. Then they got like Spider-Man, though Black Widow I guess shouldn't count. I'm not sure if too much people know about her as much as the other ones, but they got like Spider-Man and they got the whole X-Men, all the X-Men.
Yeah.
And so I think they have more known heroes, but DC has more heavy hitters. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Marvel.
Yeah.
Sparkify. You're just saying, yeah. Okay. Sparkify Ninja Gaming agrees with me. He said, well, no. I mean, he doesn't. My bad. He does not agree with me. He says Batman for life. Lol.
Yeah.
Were you saying something, or were?
I think I'm going to kind of change my mind here. I like Marvel better overall, but I think my one favorite superhero comes from DC.
Who's that?
I do like the Flash. The Flash is pretty cool.
Nice. Yes, the Flash is pretty cool.
I like the TV show.
Yes, the TV show is great. I actually finished watching that. If I had to choose, why I prefer Marvel over DC? Well, I already said it basically because Marvel has more known characters. Also, I prefer what they're doing in the movies. Even if and Marvel games tend to be good too, but DC, DC actually has been kind of, except for Batman with the games, they haven't been releasing too many. Marvel's been releasing more, so I think Marvel's been winning the race so far. But my favorite hero from Marvel and or DC. Well, my favorite, it's Gambit. My favorite real-time hero is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but Gambit is my favorite superhero. I don't know. I mean, Gambit is just a beast to me. He can control energy. He can blow the whole building up if he wants to. So just a beast. But let's move. All right. Lil Puka said maybe a new IP. He's talking about Bethesda. And Donovan Thomas asks, do you have a PC game? I do have a PC game. I have many. I don't know exactly what he means by that. What about you? You got any PC games?
I'm actually mainly a PC gamer these days. So I have quite a lot.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know exactly how to, a PC game is a weird question. That's all. Oh, like singular. Yeah, so after we were talking about Bethesda. Let's move on to Square Enix. What do you think about Square Enix doing their own conference this year?
I don't really know that much about Square Enix. All I really know about them is they do Just Cause 3, and I'm quite looking forward to that. It looks pretty cool from the trailer they did. Like, Just Cause 2 was pretty good. It had a massive world. It looked all right. But gameplay with Just Cause 2 wasn't the best, at least not in my opinion. But I do think that Just Cause 3 has a lot of potential. That's really all I know about Square Enix. I'm not really a big fan of their other stuff.
Oh, well, they do the Final Fantasies.
Yeah.
and they I think don't they have something with the Kingdom Hearts too?
I think they do. Yeah.
Yes, and I think Square Enix, well, unlike Bethesda, I think Square Enix has actually enough games to last because Square Enix do make a lot of games. I think they even had to do with the new Tomb Raiders. So I think they have enough games to last, but I still don't know. I'm like, why do these developers all of a sudden this year decide they need a whole conference by themselves instead of just showing their games in like Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo's conferences? I don't know, but Square Enix, I think at least unlike Bethesda, I think they have enough games to last. I just don't know how interesting they're going to be because, like you said, the only game you were interested in Just Cause 3. Now, Just Cause 2 is actually free on Xbox 360 right now. I'm going to probably try download that today because I did play the demo, and that's like one of those demos where I just play it over and over and over because the demo gave you so much freedom. Yeah, but I just don't know about Square Enix. To me, Square Enix, they may have enough games, but whether they'll just hold my attention for all that time remains to be seen. All right, we're reaching the last conference here. And this one, I think this is probably one of the only new conferences that I think should have been there for a while. It's the PC Gaming Show.
Yeah.
PC gaming has been going on probably long before console gaming. So why are they just like, I mean, well, I'm not sure who's running it though, because Microsoft, they own Windows. I mean, is this like a joint operation?
Yeah, I was wondering who is doing this. I don't even know like where it is or how it's going on, or I don't even know what's being announced. Like they haven't really done much. They haven't really publicized it that much. It's not really that much of a big thing at the minute.
I mean, is all the people who all the like all the developers who make PC games just coming together and talking, or because it doesn't say who's running it, doesn't say which company. I mean, like, what is this?
Like, is it going to be Valve or something like that? Well, I don't know.
Valve was a good guess. That'd probably be the only people I would think that'd be running this PC gaming show.
Yeah.
But
Half-Life reconfirmed.
Yeah, definitely. What is it going to be? Just they're like, okay, we're going to show PC games. And for every PC game we show, y'all just throw the money at the stage, and we'll eventually come up with Half-Life 3 when we reach our goal. Wow. I don't know, but I think PC games. There's so many of them that they definitely have enough to last during a conference. The only thing is like who's running is the biggest question. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I think they're the last one to do. I think they're after all the other ones, so they're going to be like the tailgate of this. So we'll see. They better be good too. You better end on a strong note, E3 conferences.
Yeah. I am wondering why they're not letting us know actually who is running this conference. Like, I don't think anybody knows. Have they actually released any info like of who is running it?
I don't know. I haven't seen much about it. I haven't looked really. I kind of just saw it on the schedule and was kind of wondering what is this? And just now kind of like who's running it? And well, it is possible that they may be surprising us. Like it may be like a bunch of like developers that develop for PC. Like I don't know. Maybe you have what's League of Legends? Is that Epic? That's not Epic. Well, League of Legends developers. You have maybe Valve. Like talk about Dota and stuff. You have a bunch of people. Maybe they just bring on a bunch of people. I don't know.
I do have a list here of the participants. So I think this is like what you said, like a joint thing, because they have AMD, they have people like Blizzard, Bohemia,
Wow.
They have Dean Hall, who's the creator of DayZ. All these big companies, they have Xbox there with them, they have Square Enix, so it's pretty much loads of companies just combined. There is a bigger list, but I'm not going to read every single one.
Oh, so okay, so cool, joint, nice. Hello, Pukia says that Valve has that HTC virtual reality thing, so we'll probably see that. Well, I'd like to see some Valve virtual reality too. See how that goes. Sparkify Ninja asks, did you have anything else to say about PC Gaming Show before we go move on to the question?
No, there's not really much else to say.
Yeah, because we don't really know much about it, do we?
Nope.
Yep. Well, I guess you found the list though, so you know who's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
They probably are just going to show their PC division, I guess, because PC, let's face it, PC gaming, even though PC gaming started off really big, I'm not sure whether it kind of got forgotten, but I think that it kind of gotten like not as much attention as it used to have, but now it's starting to get more attention. So they're probably like, we need to focus on the PC gamers as well, that are like people that are just PC gamers.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question is, so are you guys excited for Batman Arkham Knight? Do you think it will fail or be the best game in the series? Do you think Batman will die? What do you think about the pre-order characters? So what do you think about that?
I haven't played any of these games, like the Batman games, so
Oh,
I'm kind of out of this question.
all right. Well, I played Batman Arkham City, and I own Arkham Origins for the Wii U, but I honestly haven't played it. I kind of just bought it and kind of I don't know, haven't played it. But um, Arkham City was really good, and I think if Arkham Knight really follows like that thing, it will be really good too. And Arkham Knight, see, Arkham City was Game of the Year. Because I bought the Game of the Year edition because it came with the DLC and stuff. So he just asked whether you think Arkham Knight will be Game of the Year. I think it will. If it's like Arkham City, if they finish it. Don't try to leave it open for another sequel. I believe. I think this has to be like the last one in the series because I think good companies know when to end a series. So I think this needs to be the last one in the series. They need to bring out new modes. You have to have new characters. You have to have a compelling story because one of the biggest things is that. Well, wait, before I announce this, do you think you're going to play any of these games, Tristan?
Nah, probably not.
All right. Well, basically, the Joker died in one of them. Yeah. So that was big to me. So for them to have a sequel, because the Joker died in Arkham City, and that was like dead. That wasn't one of those where it's like he blows up and we're not sure whether he's dead. Batman actually carries him off dead.
Spoilers.
So what'd you say?
Spoilers.
Yes. Oh, I should have said spoilers alert before saying that, just in case people didn't. Sparkfire Ninja Gaming says it is confirmed to be the last one of the series. So that's good. Thanks for that, Sparkfire Ninja Gaming. But so for that's big for them to have a sequel without the Joker. I think they're gonna have to really work hard on the other villains because let's face it, the Joker is just the pinnacle villain in almost any in all the games. Basically, the Joker is the pinnacle villain. I believe. I didn't play through all of or even most of Arkham Asylum, and I didn't play yet Arkham Origins, but I think the Joker is like the main guy for most of them anyway. But so this, I'm very interested in seeing how they're going to make this game without a Joker, but we'll have to see. I think it's going to be really good though. I think, especially if it's the last one, I think they're going to go out on a bang. All right, so we're just gonna like wrap it up with games we're excited for. So why don't you go first, Tristan? What games do you think are what games are you looking forward to?
Uncharted 4. That's probably my main one because I love the Uncharted series.
Yes.
Probably one of my favorite series out there. I'm also looking forward to Ratchet and Clank because I loved that game when I was younger. Back on like the PS2 was when I originally started playing them.
I agree with
Ratchet and Clank.
I agree with you there with Ratchet and Clank because Ratchet and Clank, I believe that some of the games for the PS3 more so lost kind of the feeling because Ratchet and Clank for the PS2 was so good and it had such good gameplay, and then they kind of switched it up a bit when they brought it to PS3, and it was like,
yeah.
Go on.
Black Ops 3, surprisingly. I like the last good COD for me was Black Ops 2, and I'm just looking forward to what they have to show for Black Ops 3. I'm looking forward to Star Wars Battlefront. It's pretty much Battlefield, but Star Wars. I love Battlefield, and I like Star Wars, so good combination.
Yeah, win-win.
Yep. Rainbow Six Siege, that does look good. Not really much to say about it though. And Fallout 4 and Just Cause 3. That's pretty much all of them at the minute.
Oh, that's a good list, man. I think, well, I'm gonna put some Nintendo on my list since I own a Wii U. I'm looking forward to Star Fox and Xenoblade, especially because the Wii U is deprived of any really good, in my opinion, RPG. I'm sure they have a couple, but none that I was really interested in. But Xenoblade looks really good, and with PS4 and Xbox One, I'm looking forward to Gears of War. Definitely, whatever Gears of War announcement, it better be a sequel because Gears of War to me was really good. I really love the Gears of War. I played I think all of the, except for Judgment. I do own Judgment because it was free, but I haven't played it yet. Because Judgment, I played the demo and it was just like a disappointment to me. But I really was looking forward to Gears of War. Not so much Halo 5 I don't know. I'm kind of with the Halo series. I mean, it looks good, I guess, but I do like how the story looks, but I'm not really excited for it because we already, I guess, got the previews and stuff. But I'm excited for the Division, even though it's not announced not until next year. That game looks so great to me. That game, if that game is as good as it looks, if that game matches the hype, that is going to be really successful, I think. Um, Other than that, I'm really excited about the third party games that Nintendo's going to announce, because if they announce good third party games, then I think Nintendo will squeeze its way back into an actual competition with the other consoles. That's about it for me, because the game. Yeah, Lil Puka says Nintendo are mainly focusing on third party games, so don't expect much from. Don't expect much. They could have a lot of third-party game announcement. We don't know. They could surprise us. All of a sudden, we could get Rainbow Six Siege. We could get maybe Just Cause 3. We could get all of these different games that are going to be third-party games announced for this count. So I don't know. But wait. Who makes Just Cause 3? That's Square Enix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could get Just Cause 3. So maybe even Arkham Knight. I don't know whether, but maybe even Arkham Knight. I'm kind of still hoping for that because I would like to play Arkham Knight. But I just those are the basic games I'm excited for, and I'm always excited to see new games. That's what I'm basically like. I want new games. I don't want to just see games I know or think are going to be there. I want new games that I had no idea were coming out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get that many new games this year, because last year none of the games that were announced then are actually out yet. So I think
Yeah.
they're going to carry on from last year, kind of just show more gameplay, just to build more hype around the games that they've already got, rather than just announce new ones.
Yeah, E3 should be like that. Games that we announced this year, even if they are dated to come out this year, will probably be delayed, and we will actually till like 2 years in the future.
Yeah.
The free version of Drive Club that was supposed to come out. The Drive Club was supposed to come out with the launch title with the PS4. The PS Plus version still isn't out.
No, I'm waiting for it still.
You should be. You should know more than me. You actually have a PS4. I'm like, I was surprised they still didn't come out. My cousin who has a PS4, he told me, I'm like, wait a minute. That game that was supposed to be a launch title, the PS Plus version still is not out. Just telling you. Just if you see it at E3, be skeptical whether it's going to come out when it says it does.
Yeah. Nothing ever gets released on release date these days. It's not very good, really.
No lie. Oh, I'm glad, Lopukia. I'm still hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. Just mention me a game that I want to talk about because he said The Last Guardian. That game was announced what? 05 E3? Still has yet to come out.
Wow.
Yeah, as in you were saying, as in
2005.
Yeah, I think that was because I think that was supposed to be like. I think that was announced when they're doing their whole PlayStation 3 thing, because I think they were announcing it when they were doing like the PlayStation 3 was coming out the year later and they were announcing it, and they still haven't released it. And I'm like, and then I hear that it may come out for this year E3, and I'm like, don't let it be a Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem took what 14 years in development world and then sucked. Sorry to interrupt you. What were you saying about the Last Guardian? Did you have anything to say about?
Nope.
Yeah. Well, me with that game, if it comes out, it better be good. That's all I'm saying. Don't. Yeah. Because after getting people waiting for like years and years and years, just let it come out and let it be good. Don't bring it out and it sucks. We have enough games that come out and suck. We don't need a game that we've been waiting for, that some people have been waiting for like 10 years to suck.
Oh, I'd just lose all hype by then. Just 10 years, I probably would have forgot the game.
Yeah. It looked really great too. The graphics looked amazing especially for the time. So I guess, well, anyway, let's just wrap this up. Anything else you want to say about like what you're excited for E3, Trish?
There's not really much else I'm excited for.
Yeah, I guess we did cover. What did you say apart from?
apart from all the games that I've said that I'm hyped for, there's not really much else that I can expect to be hyped for. Like, I don't really think they are going to announce much else, like I said earlier.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't think they're gonna. I mean, I'm hoping for a bunch of new game announcement, but I'm with you. They probably aren't gonna give us too much because, like you said, a lot of games that they were announced last year didn't come out, so they're probably gonna focus on them.
Mhm.
Well, then, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you guys who've commented, and it was really enjoyable this year. All the comments, all the questions, and the people who came and the discussion in the chat. Really nice. Thank you, Algos Gaming, for joining me
Thanks
this
for
year.
having me.
Pardon, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah. Hey, just for you guys, just who don't know who Algos Gaming, they are. I have a link in the description, so you guys can check their gaming channel out there. They're kind of just. When did you guys? It was February when you guys reopened.
Yeah, about then.
Yeah, so just this year, February 5th, I believe I was looking. I think February 5th, they just opened their newer. Well, you call those remastered channel, maybe.
Yeah.
So you guys go check them out. They got some videos now. Go check them out. And if you guys like them, comment, subscribe, do that. And thank you guys for watching again. And this has been Feeding Frenzy 91. And
Algos Gaming.
thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Watch E3. And God bless you all. All right. Thank you very much.
Bye.